Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Hey, Benjamin, happy Saturday.
So we're not playing today, but we're talking about our upcoming crowdfunding campaign on Backerkit.
Yes, indeed. We've come to preemptively answer as many questions as we can about the announcement for the Land of Eem RPG crowdfunding campaign.
Which is launching on July 13th, but the campaign landing page is up right now, and you can sign up, be notified when it goes live, and there will be some day one free rewards if you back on the first day.
That's true. We've got some cool free rewards for pledging on day one. And Benjamin, why don't you link for folks to see it so that they can see it? So for those of you that also don't know, the Land of Eem has we Ben and myself and the Land of Eem have partnered with indie RPG publisher Exalted Funeral, who put out a lot of great, amazing things, and we're honored to be among the creators that publish through them. And simultaneously, we got the opportunity to launch the Land of Eem with Backerkit's brand spanking new crowdfunding platform called Crowdfunding by Backerkit, which has a ton of great features for creators to help promote their campaigns and promote their work, and is really easy to sign up and use because Backerkit obviously is
Yeah, if you're not familiar with Backerkit, they're a third-party service that started out as a support of Kickstarter campaigns and other
that's right.
crowdfunding platforms, but now they've launched their own crowdfunding platform where creators can launch it from there.
And pledgers, people that are supporting campaigns, can manage their pledges really easily. So it's a match made in heaven. We're really excited. We were honored to be invited to join for their launch, and we're already loving the platform. And so it's big stuff for us. We've kind of had this in our back pocket for a long time, and couldn't wait to share. And now the time has finally come that Land of Eem is on its way. You can see Riley and Galen on the cover there. I love it.
So here we are. There's already 1,300, almost 1,400 people signed up,
which is just like, wow,
which is amazing.
That's so amazing. Thank you, every single one of you guys, for supporting us already. But you can see the covers.
Yeah, we've enlisted a number of artists in addition to my own art. I'm not even doing one of the covers. Well, I am doing a random encounters cover. Maybe we could share that later. But yeah, we are working with a ton of other artists, and as you can see, it's just it's awesome. It is awesome.
We're really happy about it, and there's a hugely talented group of people that we are lucky enough to be working with, who jumped onto the project for art. The campaign itself is going to have 3 whole books in it that are going to be available. It's going to have the core rules, of course. It's going to have the sandbox setting, the Mucklin's Realm. Like, I'm sure if you've watched us play every weekend, you're pretty familiar with that stuff. But this will be the fully finished, fully fleshed out, all the resources, all the tools. You can see the cover of it there on the far right. It's a little small, but the artwork for that cover was made by the amazing John Lauren. You can check him out on Instagram. Amazing work. And it will also have a bestiary with over 150 critters, and creepers, fully illustrated. Cover art by Sean Kiernan. He's also the artist you see in the little corner. You got Riley and Galen running from some trouble. We love working with Sean, and he's done a fun cover for the bestiary. And then, of course, the core rulebook, which the cover was done by Justin Gerard, another brilliant artist. We loved working with him. And you can check him out at justingerardart.com, I think. But if not, just Google Justin Gerard. You will certainly find him. And yeah, so we're really excited. We've even got some stretch goals planned. We won't give anything away, but just, there's opportunities for new adventure modules. Not only from us.
I mean, I think we can say that we're going to be working with some of the writers
Yeah,
to
that's really
bring
exciting.
those adventure modules to life. So that's been a cool experience for us because everything else is all written by us,
Yeah,
and
this is the
it's like a
first time
huge
ever.
undertaking.
Yeah, this is
It's
the first time ever we've ever worked with
yeah,
other writers
in the Land of Eem.
in the Land of Eem. So it's really exciting to see it expand like that, and we can't wait to share more. In other news, I know we've mentioned this a few times on our live streams, but the beta rules are now currently no longer available. But what we have done to replace them is provide a fully updated quick start guide that is chock full of finished design. Like here's the new cover, obviously, but it's got a new layout, punched up rules that are fully what Ben and I are using now. Art, we're really excited about this. We've already seen tons of people download it, and
Yeah,
we
the
thank you
layout
for all
is
of your.
amazing. It's
Yeah,
done
the
by V
layout.
Hendro.
Yep.
It's not as much rules as the beta rulebook, but it's like much cleaner, streamlined, and it'll get you to play. We get you to play quickly because we've got pre-generated characters. We've got a fully laid out um, adventure at the end. Chickenfoot Witch, Curse of the Chickenfoot Witch.
Look at that art. I love it. So it's got a whole adventure module. It's got all the basic rules that you need to try it out and pre-generated characters. Some of my favorite art in all of the Land of Eem is in this. Yeah. So we're really excited to be able to finally show so much of what we've been working on. And thanks again for those of you that have already signed up to the Backerkit page for supporting us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, I encourage you to sign up because on day one there will be some free rewards that we have yet to unveil, but we're going to do that pretty soon, I think.
Yep.
So you want to make sure that you're doing that on the first day because otherwise I think you will have to pay for those items.
Yeah, you'll still be able to get them. You won't miss out, but you'll just have to add them to your pledge instead of getting them for free.
What else should we talk about here, Jimmy?
I mean, I'm just marveling at V Hendro's layout because I think that she's a genius. It's so pretty and the color coordinations are great.
Yeah.
Next week we'll be back to playing Land of Eem, the adventures of Hooch and Brendo.
Sounds so ridiculous when you say it out loud.
I mean, I had to stop myself. I'm so used to saying the adventures of Riley and Galen that I had to pause and be like, wait a minute. No, Riley and Galen have their adventures concluded for now. They've gone off into the sunset. And the new characters of Brendo and Hooch are still formulating in our minds. But yeah, we'll be playing. We'll likely be playing more Land of Eem and sharing more actual plays as the Backerkit campaign continues. But yeah.
We've also, I guess we could also touch on some stuff that is also going to be included. I mean, we're definitely going to have some printed form of the map, which is awesome. So you'll be able to play in person with a big map that you see here. This is just a small portion, but if you've been following along with us playing, you see it every week.
Yeah. And see it be slowly updated every week and finalized with new little tidbits that we don't always say anything about. But there's been many versions of the map with new locations popping up.
Speaking of which, James and I are going through all the edits for the sandbox, and that will definitely influence the map.
Yep.
There's going to be, I would venture to say, like 20 more things probably popping up on the map.
That's probably a really accurate guess. I was going to say 15 to 20, but I think 20 is probably closer to where it is because we always do more than we think we do.
Yeah. The sandbox is wildly huge. We expect it's going to be 400 pages. I mean, we don't want it to be any more than 400 pages just for usability, but there's going to be so much content in it that you could just use it for years to come.
Yeah, and the objective with the sandbox was to make it as flexible as possible so that a GM could totally pick it up and play or mine it for ideas and make it their own. Like Land of Eem RPG is all about, stepping into the Land of Eem, of course, but being able to make it your own, make your own stories, use it as a tool as opposed to strictly following a narrative or relying upon. For us, we think that sometimes there could be too much structure, and that and something we've seen from actual plays like Little Red Dot and Experience in Gold both did super fun actual plays, was that they deviated quite a bit from the sandbox, but still utilized the same like rumors and characters and locations so that it was easy to pick up and play and create a game with. And if you're interested in GMing it, totally check out our Discord. There's always people that are looking for GMs or players looking for groups.
And there have been more people hopping into the Discord with the crowdfunding campaign coming up, and I think there's going to be an influx of more once
for sure,
it actually
definitely
gets started.
Definitely.
So you should get in on that. But just go back to the sandbox. I just looked up right now. James and I and George started streaming games almost 2 years ago, every week. And we have not encountered everything in the sandbox whatsoever.
Not even close.
There have been some like you visited the same places in different campaigns, like a few cases of that, but like there's so much uncharted territory.
Yeah, but like for example, when we visited Sinkhole just recently, our experiences in Sinkhole between two campaigns were totally different. Totally different. Because one campaign touched on one thing in Sinkhole, another campaign touched on another thing, and then there's probably other things we weren't even aware of going on in that place. And that's one of the smaller locations.
And that's cool because it kind of just shows that you could run two campaigns and have the first one influence the second one, like we're doing.
Yeah.
With, Riley and Galen rustle up some skeletons in Sinkhole, and that has impact, like for these characters.
Yeah, it's fun.
Trouble that causes. Because next week when we play, I mean, it's not going to be great for Hooch and Brenda. I'll tell you that.
No, it's going to be brutal. I've been scared about it all week, and then I forgot that we weren't playing today until like minutes ago.
Actually, I guess we're not playing next week. We are going to be gone.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Ben and I are going to be in Washington, D.C. We were invited to the American Library Association event there, and to promote our new book series that also takes place in the Land of Eem, Dungeoneer Adventures.
Here you go. This just came out May 31st.
Yeah, brand new. Dungeoneer Adventures is a middle grade series. It's perfect for like 8 to 12-year-olds, and it's the adventures of a boy named Coop Cooperson, who's the only human to attend Dungeoneer Academy, an elite school for would-be adventurers in the Land of Eem.
Speaking of age range, we've been getting a question here and there about what the age range is for Land of Eem, and we ended up adding this little blurb here, and we're saying it's officially 12 plus. I think 12-year-olds could pick this up and start playing it. I know we did that with D&D when we were even younger. But we think that parents could run younger kids if they're, the GM. And what we've done is in the sandbox and the adventures, we've given all the quests and adventures a tone. So there are 3 tones in the Land of Eem, kind of, saying what kind of vibe the content has. And the first one is hijinks, which is like fun, lighthearted adventures, sort of like the Muppets, Labyrinth, Adventure Time. Daring Do, more dangerous and daring heroic adventures like The Lord of the Rings, Princess Bride, The Hobbit. Doom and Gloom are darker, more serious adventures with high stakes like The Dark Crystal, Conan the Barbarian, and Mad Max. And basically, these are all the stories that we love and that have influenced our stories and the game. Yeah.
And Mad Max. The Mad Max one is specifically inspired by Rickety Stitch Book 2, The Middle Route Run, which is essentially like a giant vehicle chase gauntlet story. So it's like a little bit like the Muppets meets Fury Road.
Yeah, anything we do is like the Muppets meets you name it.
Yeah, kind of. I don't know where that spawned from exactly, but I think it's just representative of the sort of vibe we like.
Yeah. It spawned from our hearts.
It did.
And our souls.
From our hearts and our souls.
Yeah, what else can we talk about before we end this video here?
Yeah, I don't know.
We got 2 more people signing up.
That's
in the
fantastic.
Last minutes.
Thank you. I just want to say that I've been kind of taken aback by the support we've gotten already for the game, even though it hasn't even like been fully released yet. Just there's definitely like a buzz of excitement around it that is exciting, and just seeing the uptake of people downloading the quick start guide, either from our website, landofeem.com, or from DriveThruRPG.
And article on Dicebreaker.
Yeah, the article on Dicebreaker giving us some praise that kind of whenever Ben and I get praise like that, we're like, wow, we're not alone in this endeavor. Because originally this game, we made it for ourselves, honestly. Land of Eem is a game that we designed so that we could play something that we liked to play. And then one thing led to another. And of course, Ben and I like world building. And then our one of our closest pals, George, who we stream with every week, became a big fan. And then it just, we just pushed it and decided to dive deep into the Land of Eem, into the world of Rickety Stitch and the Gelatinous Goo, Dungeoneer Adventures. And here we are with our own tabletop RPG.
It's been years in the making. I don't know exactly when. But
it's got to be at least 3 years, right?
Well, it's much longer than that. Like the initial ideas.
For sure.
I remember running a prototype Eem game maybe a decade ago.
Long time.
maybe less than a decade. 8 years.
When did we start cranking on it officially, though? Like 3-ish years ago? Or we organized the effort?
Maybe 4.
Yeah, maybe 4. I think you're right.
Because it's already 2022. 3 years have just gone by.
Yeah, they've just gone by in 2 seconds. Yeah, I think you're right. And we have this is just the beginning. We have a ton planned for the game because we have so much planned for our book series that there's a lot more to explore. The Mucklands sandbox setting is just the first setting of many more that we intend to make, and many more that people can experience both in Rickety Stitch and Dungeoneer Adventures, because the Mucklands realm is in the Rickety Stitch series, but it's sort of a montage. Rickety goes through the Mucklands in a hot minute, as opposed to exploring it all. The first book mostly takes place in a location that is not yet fully explored in this sandbox. So there's much more to come.
All right, so I just pulled up a document that was created in 2014.
Whoa.
The Rickety Stitch RPG.
Oh, you got to put that in the archive, man. That's got to go on our reliquary. I've got some ancient artwork associated with Eem from college that I have like in a big folio. It's all on paper. I've started gathering it all so that we can look back at it and reminisce, as it were. You know what I mean?
Indeed. Indeed.
So anyway, that's basically it. We just wanted to officially jump on the stream and provide some clarity as to what's going on with the game, and do
Also,
sign up.
Yeah, just make an announcement and talk about it.
Yeah.
Because we put up the video, campaign video, if you did not see that yet, which will be running on the campaign page.
It's on our YouTube. We can link it.
But that's probably good for today. And we will be back in 2 weeks to continue the actual play.
Indeed. But you'll be able to see updates along the way as we post more news, post more stuff about the game, answer questions. And if you want to ask us questions directly, definitely check out our Discord. And we try to answer as many as we can. So there you have it. You know what I mean? Happy Saturday.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. And we'll see you in a bit.
Yes, indeed. Thanks, guys.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.